Hi, Brazil. This is Neil from A Day to Remember. You are listening to 89 FM Radio Rock.
Fala galera, beleza? Eu sou o Wendell Correia e hoje eu vou conversar com Neil Westfall, guitarrista da banda A Day to Remember, atração do Lollapalooza Brasil 2022. Você sabe que a 89 é a rádio oficial do Lollapalooza. Vou conversar com ele sobre o festival, claro, sobre a banda também, não poderia ser diferente, sobre a carreira dele, sobre a relação dele com Blink-182, tudo isso e muito mais com exclusividade para 89, a Rádio Rock.
So hey Neil, how are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, man. Thank you. Where are you now?
I am at our studio in Winter Park, Florida.
Are you excited to come to Brazil?
Dude,
South America.
Yes, like South America and Brazil especially. Literally been looking forward to it since it's been talked about. And I think we were supposed to come in 2021 or 2022, 2020. I don't even remember when we were supposed to come originally, but I've been looking forward to it since then. It's one of my favorite places to visit on earth, and the fans are so passionate and the food is incredible. Yeah, I can't wait, honestly.
It's been 80 years, if I'm not wrong. What do you most remember about Brazil?
Man, the food, literally, like just so copious amounts of meat. Going to like 7 different steakhouses just to try everything, and the wine, and honestly the hospitality, and like how everyone kind of treated us and just made us feel welcome in this new place. And I think one of my favorite memories was going to like Rio de Janeiro, kind of seeing all of that for the first time, and kind of taking places that you had like seen in movies and stuff like that, and then seeing it for yourself and just being like, this place is absolutely like unreal. Like, I can't believe this exists. But I think that's probably my favorite and my most excited thing to see again.
There's a video on YouTube from 2014, you enjoying a festival in Germany, trying to be metal. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is that what you expect the fans to do on Lollapalooza Brazil?
I mean, I'm gonna probably have to teach them how to be metal, like all the pop acts and all the rap acts and everything that are on the festival, because it's so eclectic. Like, I'm gonna go in there and show everybody else how to be metal. I feel like I'm an expert now.
Do you really enjoy a festival? Do you go to the people to watch other concerts?
Yeah, dude, as much as I can. I mean, like, I at heart am still a huge music fan, so getting to play these festivals, that is one of the best parts. Like, I love rap. I love pop music. I love rock music. So like, whenever you have these lineups that are just stacked in every genre, like that's the shit for me. So I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
And you are going to play in a huge festival like Lollapalooza, and also in a small club here in São Paulo. For you as a musician, what is the difference of playing in a festival like Lollapalooza with a huge lineup and your own show?
Playing your own show, it's incredible because you know that every fan that's there is there to see the band, and they're diehard fans, and they're excited to see like you in that intimate setting. And there's an energy that comes along with that. That's not, you can't replicate that with anything, right? Like, that's like, it's very powerful. But then there's something about playing a festival too, where you're playing in front of a bunch of new people. And then you got your core group of fans that are also there to see you and represent for you in this massive crowd. And you get to like kind of show all these other people like what it's like going to A Day to Remember show and what it's like being in A Day to Remember fan. And there's something powerful about that too. It's growing and playing for all these new people. It's like both have their unique experiences, and they both are like so important for us as a band, like growing and playing in these places that we don't get to play very often. And honestly, I mean, like the festivals too, it's like catering. Come on. You got like this crazy catering. I'm just like a fat kid at heart. So like, I'm trying to like go and eat all this food. And like, when you play the small intimate show, you get to go and explore. So it's honestly, to me, it's a win-win.
Yeah. And talking about the most recent album, You're Welcome, it was supposed to be released March 2020, was released last year. Because of creating the artwork, you mixed the songs. When you said, that's it, we can finally release the new album, when did you guys feel that?
Honestly, it was like, I think it was like maybe, well, the thing about it, as soon as we finished the artwork for it, which took literally forever, I think we went through like 14 people doing like 40 different art concepts for the album, which was kind of crazy, but we felt like it needed to be correct and right. And as soon as we finished that, we then were told that because of supply chain issues with putting out physical product, we could either push the release back further or release the album without physical. And for us, that's really important. Being able to put out vinyl and CDs and stuff like that. A lot of people don't really care about that too much anymore, just because of how important streaming is. But it's like a very important thing for us, like kind of having that, like that physical product to look at and like see the artwork and like kind of get into the story as you listen to the music. That's super important to us. And so like one thing after another just kept happening. So as soon as we finished the artwork, it was like, oh, you got to deal with this. And like, you might not be able to put it out because of this. And so it got to one point where we were just like, look, whatever we have to do to get this out there, like, let's just do it. I think it was like a month out and we were just like, you know what? Like, it's been so long and everyone has waited so long. And honestly, people were patient, but also kind of like understandably like, where's the music, you know? I think it was like a month out. We were like, look, all right, we have to get it out no matter what. Doesn't matter what we have to do. Let's just do it. And I think that it was like probably like February of 2021. We were still working on shit. And to be completely honest, we probably could still be working on stuff today, but there has to be a point where you're like, no, it's finished, you know? Yeah.
That's happened with all professions, I think.
Yeah.
And there were some songs that didn't make it to the album. Are you guys already working on new songs, a new album? What can you tell us about
no,
this?
we're definitely, I mean, that's one thing about A Day to Remember that probably will never change. We are constantly writing music. We have songs that are like almost finished versions. And then we have songs that are demos. We have parts. We have songs from the last album that we haven't finished. We've written new songs. So there's definitely new material in the works for sure. I don't know how close it is to being released, but it's definitely, it's getting there.
And you've just released a new version of the song Re-Entry featuring Mark
Yes.
Hoppus. I know you are a big, huge fan of Blink-182, have toured with them. How was working with your band, A Day to Remember?
Honestly, everything you could hope for. You know, he's an incredible musician and incredible writer. The subject that he wrote about was just incredibly powerful as well, you know, and like him kind of getting over cancer and kind of hearing his take on that. And then kind of making it make sense with what we were talking about as well. And I'm just like, how does he do it? You know, like, it's incredible. And honestly, a dream come true to be able to work with someone that we've all kind of looked up to as musicians and entertainers and performers our whole career. So to be able to call him a friend and be able to work with him on that level is like, it's like bucket list. Like, life doesn't get better than this kind of moments, you know?
And now you are almost 20 years on the road. Now you're inspiring a new generation of new bands coming up. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, to be completely honest, we're still, I look at, we're 20 years in, almost 20 years into doing it ourselves, but I honestly still feel inspired every single day by these new bands. I feel inspired by what they're creating. I feel like this new fire to get out there and do this and make music. And I still feel like I'm 18 years old, like ready to go on tour and do all these things that we have always done. And to be able to inspire new people is incredible. But honestly, I personally don't think about it too much. I mean, I think the moment you start to think about that, you kind of, you know, you kind of lose your own momentum. And I don't think we're done yet. You know, I think we still got so much to do and so much to achieve. And so, I mean, yeah, we just still fucking wake up every day and just go get it, you know?
And looking back to this past years, when did you realize you were doing something big, huge as a band? Say, man, we're doing something here.
I think I don't remember what it was. It's really funny because we've been doing all this stuff and it's kind of happened in such like a slow build over time. There was never like really like a big moment where you're like, holy shit, you know, this is happening. But it was like, I think we were in, like, they asked us if we could play a show in our hometown, and they wanted to give us the key to the city that we grew up in for Ocala. And like, for some reason that in itself like made my mom be like, holy shit, this is really happening for the guys. Like, this is the pinnacle. And seeing her react that way to us getting the key to the city and being in the newspaper, like, I was like, oh man, this is kind of crazy. And it's funny that it was something so, I mean, that's a big deal, but it's like being able to travel the world and play in places like Brazil and play these massive festivals in front of like thousands of people. That's crazier. But like, for some reason, being in the newspaper in our hometown was like, this is it. Like, we made it, you know? But yeah.
It's great. You are not only on the music and news, you are on everything news. And when did you decide to be a musician, especially to play the guitar?
I was probably 12 years old, 12 or 13 years old. And me and my best friend growing up, my best friend John, we were obsessed with Blink-182. All we wanted to do was play punk rock music. Like, we didn't even have instruments yet. Like, he was going to originally play the guitar, and I was going to play bass guitar because I wanted to be like Mark Hoppus. And so I think something happened to where his mom ended up buying him a bass guitar from the music shop. And because he already had the bass guitar, I just got a guitar. And so I was like, all right, cool. You know, like, I'll be Tom DeLonge. This will be great, you know? And so I started playing guitar, and it was like, as soon as we started like playing music together, and like, we were like, man, like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I didn't care from like probably the time that I was 14 years old. I was like, I played our first show when I was in 9th grade it was like a talent show or something like that. And I was like, I don't want to do anything else. I want to do this. Like, I love the feeling of performing in front of people and entertaining people. And like, I just constantly have been chasing that ever since then. And yeah, probably that moment.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time, the interview. Looking forward to see you guys in Brazil.
Yes. Can't wait.
Thank you so much, man.